the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, May 13th. We've got NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, WNBA, and more to talk about here on the show this morning. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. I'm going to preview all the action for tonight's games, review some of last night's games as well, and get you set and ready for today's action. There are two games in the afternoon today in Major League Baseball, and we'll talk about those. Should be a good week in sports betting here. We start in the NBA, where Victor Wembanyama absolutely exploded in the first half like you figured he would. What felt like a revenge game against Minnesota. The Spurs crushed the Timberwolves 126-97 to take a 3-2 series lead. I whipped on that one here, but Wemby took it over from the first jump. Dropped in 18 points in the first quarter alone, had 21 points and 11 rebounds by halftime, and became the first player in this postseason with a 20-point double-double in any half. Minnesota had no answer defensively, and the series heads back to Minneapolis now with San Antonio one win away from advancing. A big blowout there, obviously. Spurs get the win. That was the only game in the NBA on Tuesday night, but meanwhile, the two games in the Stanley Cup, we had some good ones here. Hope you were able to join the guys last night, especially for the hockey games here that they focused on. We saw them throwing some darts in there as well. They were hooking up there in Delaware and hanging out at Razor's Pad last week, so hopefully join them and Dylon as well. Doing a great job there. And we did see the Stanley Cup coverage with them last night. Buffalo picked up a massive 3-2 win on the road at Montreal to even the series. They're at 2 games apiece. Pekka Luukkonen with 29 saves. The Sabres blocked 23 more in front of the net, and Buffalo survived taking 8 penalties, including that bizarre situation where the puck goes in the net and it's ruled a goal, and then they challenge goalie interference, and it's no goal. So we spent 10 minutes doing nothing but running a couple of commercials to have no goal. There was canceled, if you will. So anyways, Zach Benson scored the third period game winner, and the pressure now shifts back to the Canadians, obviously heading back in game number 5. Right now as they move on there with the 2-2, but they'll be on the road in that one. So out west, Vegas grabbed a huge overtime win over Anaheim. Durafayev scored twice, including the game winner in overtime, as the Golden Knights go up 3-2 in the series there with a home victory over Anaheim. Did stay under there. in that one here on the morning steam, man. We had the over in the game there, and I had Montreal in the first one. So I whiffed on these playoff games yesterday. But tonight, the playoffs, Colorado looks to close out Minnesota with the Avalanche leading 3-1. We'll preview it. Cleveland and Detroit meeting the pivotal Game 5 in the Eastern Conference semifinal, tied at 2. All right. Thank you for joining me. I want to say hello to some folks in the chat. Maybe I'll talk a little baseball here real quick while we get some people in here. Got a few of you going right now, so thank you for joining me here, including Nuke ready to go here. We're just days away from the start of the CFL preseason, and I hope we got a new show. We don't have to do a preseason show, but Nuke lamenting the L's there a little bit. Bobby Mack is here as well this morning. M the Great, ready to go. There's Sniz. The guys are enjoying. I hope they have a great time today over at Delaware Park. And Dead Internet Theory did see it there last night. He said he had a great night there. Blake is here today. Sniz says going to have some good times today. Are they? What's going on, Sniz? Are we going to have any live coverage from the track? How's it going to work today with the racing, or is it just an excursion out there and we're just going to be watching the races at home? Okay, Ron is here. Good morning. And hey, you got to make it money on those Wemby rebounds. Ron said Montreal over, lost again. Oh, maybe I feel bad here. Thought I was doing pretty well. Andrew, good morning. And Sniz says they were up all night, maybe capping the action. Pops is going as well. Wine Time's here this morning. Good morning to Wine Time here. And that might be it for now. Let me get a few more minutes in here if I can. See if we can get a few more folks in here. I'll recap the baseball a little bit. Minnesota shut out Miami 3-0 there. We from a masterpiece, Bailey Ober threw a complete game 2-hit shutout, 89 pitches, only the third complete game in baseball this season. The Twins got the scoring going with a bizarre double steal. If you saw it, the Marlins just totally flubbed up the play, and then before moments later, there was a 2-run home run. So it really did help there, and the Twins were able to beat the Marlins. Paul Skeens continued his dominant season with a win. We had here on the morning steam, the Pirates on the run line yesterday, and they beat Colorado 3-1. Skeens had a no-hitter into the seventh inning and improved to 6-2, and his ERA is down below 2 now. Meanwhile, the Rockies are 8-15 on the road. How about Tampa Bay? They stayed hot. We had them here on the morning steam as they won 7-6 in extra innings over Toronto. The Rays have won 16 of their last 18. They blew a 5-0 lead. Shane McClanahan still hasn't allowed a run over his last 21 2/3 innings, but Tampa Bay won it 6-5. Also, those crazy Washington Nationals won 10-4 over Cincinnati. Dalen Lyle, Luis Garcia each hit 2 homers, and the Reds have lost 9 of 11. Washington seems to win on the road and lose at home. Seattle crushed Houston 10-2. Canzone, first grand slam of his career. Seattle continued its dominance of Houston as they won their 9th straight over the Astros. After a while, you got to figure why don't you go with the the Mariners? I didn't listen there, but Houston's lost 10 of their last 12 at home. The Mets rolled over Detroit 10-2. Dom Smith 4 for 4. Chicago had just one hit all night, and it was a solo home run by Breggs there in that one. The Cubs have now lost 3 straight while scoring just 2 runs in their last 3 games. So much for going to the World Series, huh? Out west, Giants jumped on the Dodgers early. Eric Haas had 2 solo home runs for San Francisco, and Ohtani broke his 12-game homerless drought with a solo shot. Breaking news here just a few moments ago, probably a few minutes ago now, but whereas the original information was that Ohtani would be hitting tonight, that has changed, and he will not be hitting, and the line has changed. Went from basically $3 to $2.30 or so, with news coming out that Ohtani will not be hitting tonight, I kind of made fun of it. Said, "Gee, we sit him down when he's hot and we bat him when he's cold, but he's not going to hit here tonight. I don't want to screw up this great pitching for Ohtani." We'll talk about it in the previews. There, the Dodgers are 9-13 in their last 22 games. I don't know what's going on. Padres open a road trip up for the loss, though. Matt Waldron has shelled again. His ERA is over 9, and the reports are that the Padres will need to make a roster move for him with pitching reinforcements. Lucas Giolito is going to come replace Waldron here, and Yu Darvish is starting to step up his workouts in Japan with a return here for the Padres possible late in the season. Elsewhere, Cleveland beat the Angels 3-2. We saw them guys talking about there a little bit on the air. The Guardians, Halos blew another late lead, their 13th blown save of the season. We had the Guardians here on the show. Some chalk in there, but we got it done. Yankees beat Baltimore. Grisham, 3-run home run. And we did have the Yankees on the run line here on the morning's team. And Texas got another big swing from Jock. And it was Texas rocking Arizona there yesterday in that one. All right. A couple others in there yesterday. Braves beat the Cubs in an under yesterday, and also it was Mets crushing Detroit. Oh, I'm sorry. Philadelphia over the Red Sox with a home run there from Schwartz in that one, and a late night Cardinals over the A's 6-4. We had the Cardinals here on the morning steam show. All right, some other news across the way would be the schedule released tomorrow in the NFL. I'm watching some tennis action here this morning as well. Man, Pegula got rocked. I thought she could hang on the clay with Iga, but no dice. Iga's on a collision on a course to win here possibly right now. Casper Ruud and Kashanov going here just underway moments ago. And there's also soccer today, a big Major League Soccer card, but also one game in the EPL, 4 games in La Liga, and 2 games in France today. So, all right, everybody's here, everybody's in. Hey, you can get more picks from me over at winnable.com. Get my sports money premium picks every day when you go to winnable.com. Just use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off premium pick packages from me, and it's only 41 cents a day. This is how you support me here on the channel. I hopefully can give you some great info and some winners here today along the new Sports Money Network. But if you want to get more updated information close to game time, you're going to want to subscribe over at winnable.com/Ramon. Anybody who comments in the chat, says hello, picks a game, anything, we'll get into a drawing at the end of the show. We will have a drawing for 1 month worth of plays. But you can go over there, use the promo code STEAM, and get more picks from me here. And we had some winners yesterday along the my Sports Money Network premiums here. Already have a 2-pack of soccer games released for today's action and the premiums, so head on over there right now. Did go with Rude here as my free pick to subscribers. You can subscribe for free. You don't need to get the paid accounts, and you'll still get more picks from me here. You'll also get delivery of my Cover the Spread show every day with some of my top plays on video, and it comes out in the free section of the picks. So this is just how you get more information from me if you just can't stand it and can't get enough Ramon Scott picks. Just comes to your phone. You can set notifications if you want and the like. So check it out over there at winnable.com/Ramon. Like I said, we did have some pretty decent winners. I thought yesterday went 2-1 in the MLB as we had the Orioles and the Yankees under. We had the Padres and the Brewers over yesterday. We won both of our WNBA premiums over there with Atlanta -2 and Portland and New York over yesterday, despite the fact that on another channel I was talking about the under. There was an error on my part. in my script, so I do apologize for anyone that may have gotten mixed up in that one. I do that when you do as many shows as I do, about every 3 or 4 months, I do screw one up there. Can't read my notes, so don't. We had the winner. Don't worry, we had the winner. Also had the winner with Jodar yesterday over Lerner Tien in tennis. Okay, let's get to it. I think everyone's ready. The comments are rolling in, and well, I'm ready to go for sure. Let's see here. What's going on, Razor? Are we going to see some live coverage from the track today? What's going on with our coverage? I want to know. It sounds so interesting over there in Delaware today. Steve Eleptarian is here as well. And let's see here. Waldron's been horrible. I mean, the only knuckleballer in the game. I guess probably going to have to drop that. Good morning to Cash Kane here. And what is Robert already? What soccer could Robert already be watching here? Korean League, Ukraine League. Was he in Japan here this morning? Are you picking games without me here? Irish King. What's he saying here? Oh, Irish King just found us.
Final.
Huh? Irish King just found the new Sports Money Network. Irish King, look at we got 16,000 subscriptions now over here with teaming up with Razor, and a great merger here last week. Just incredible. Steve G is here today as well. And let's see, is that it with everybody? Okay, I'm ready to go. Sniz is ready to go. What's this? He's on a baseball. Let me read this. Make sure I get this right. Baseball winning streak 11. And what am I doing here? Get on here and do the show, Sniz. I had a few winners yesterday. Ugandan League. What's going on here? Oh, is there some? Where am I missing out here? All right, let's get started here on the show. I think everybody wants to stop fooling around. WNBA picks yesterday, real quick. We did I mentioned the two winners that we had there, but the show picks were not that great. So maybe we'll get them today. There's 4 more games today in the WNBA. They're going crazy. They got to play all these games. All right, let's go right now and get to the big games today with the Cavaliers taking on the Pistons here. Pistons favored by 4. And the total here, 212 here in this one. As we get ready to go here, scene shifts to Detroit here in this one. And we'll see with what happens here. Cleveland, we know they're just terrible on the road. They can't seem to win at all away from home. In fact, it's becoming quite obvious and painful. I mean, I don't know if I can talk anybody off of a team like Detroit here in this one, way Cleveland's going right now in this series. For me, you got Cleveland here, can't win on the road, can't cover, can't do anything on the road, really, the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. Detroit laying the 4 points in this one. I mean, the Cavaliers are still got a proven roster with top-end talent, but this team just cannot seem to solve the equation away from home. I mean, if you're not the number 1 seed, you're eventually going to get burned, and that's where Detroit stands right now. They are the top seed. Now, the Cavaliers, I can't sit here and bag on them. They won the last 2 games because they were at home, and that's why the series is all evened up here. But Detroit won game 1, 111-101 at home, and then they won game 2, 107-97, covering the spread in both those. Cavaliers come back and they win 116-109 and 112-103. It's been almost downright predictable for the most part, hasn't it? Now, the last 2 games at Cleveland have gone over, but the 2 games at Detroit went under. So the obvious might say, hey, just take Detroit in the under. That's what happened in the first 2 games. And then it, loosened up a little bit, if you will, once they, brought it back over there to Cleveland. So let's see what you think in this one. I mean, you got the teams off that teams off of a game 4 loss by 7 or more are 19-7 against the spread in game 5 over the last 26 instances. So that is a heavy trend to consider when you're talking about the Pistons laying this modest 4 points at home. Second round home teams off of a loss of 37-21 against the spread the last 58 occurrences. So yeah, it's a thing, right? I mean, that's the way I kind of look at the playoffs. I'm more situational in the playoffs sometimes than I am about the personnel, unless we've got, some of these series where the teams are just imposters here. And like I said, we know that teams that are not in the top 3 have never won the NBA championship here in the last 25 years. You've got to be the 1, 2, or the 3 seed. The Cavs are the number 4 seed, of course, in the Eastern Conference playoffs here. So let's see what you have in this one. I want to see what you're up to and see what you guys have in the chat. Detroit is 10-21 to the under as a small favorite of 3 to 6 points. And the series here has gone under in 15 of the last 20 games. These competitive second round games, these are the ones where you have the follow-up game with the spread between 3 and 6 points. It's 28-41 to the under as well. So see what you guys have here. I'm going to go to the chat and see what the chat all-stars have to say. And we're going to start it off with all right, Irish King. What's he doing? He's gambling in the casino here right now. We need a live stream of that. Razor says Detroit 13-2 in their last 15 games at home. I mean, how about that? And then Cleveland, of course, we know can't get anything done. Blake here says Pistons -4. Razor adding here under 6-8 with the Cavs as a dog. Steve likes Detroit big in this one. Kane says this one's going overtime here. The Cavs might be coming into Detroit with a little momentum, but the Pistons eventually win. Sniz says Guardians today for him. Yankees team total over. We'll have the baseball coverage here shortly. And Razor says total's going under in 8 of the last 10 between these two as part of that dominant under situation here. Man, Razor's going to put me on some type of underplay here. I think in this one, I think I'm going to go first half under is going to be the play, it feels like, with right now. Let's see here. Cavs on the spread. Irish King says it's been going back from 3.5 to 4.5 a little bit, he says here. 4 says Irish King. We're getting to the end of the comments. Robert's on the Pistons here. And how about Cunningham's over-under today? What do you guys think of Cunningham's chances here with his prop totals tonight? Irish King, does that mean on Detroit? Nuke is on the Pistons here as well. And Kane says if Harden can stop turning the ball over, Cleveland is the better team. And Ron says can't take Cleveland on the road. And Reboko Sonafero joins us in the chat. Nice to have you, Reboko. No relation to Rocco Siffredi. I don't. All right. And support here. All right. Cash Kane says the Cavs too good not to win a road game. They got to get one here. Terrell says this will be a prop fest. Wow. Take 2 or 3 guys on both sides. That means props to go over, Terrell? Man. Oh, man. I think I'm going under in the first half. Now, Cade's props, I don't mind looking at him tonight. I mean, I don't mind you looking at him tonight, but I actually think he's got a little bit of, pressure, I think, here. One of the more pressured players in this game. I think he can do it, but also I think Mobley, I've got the down arrow on my man Mobley here for sure tonight. All right, give me the first half under here in this one with the Cavs and Detroit. That's going to be my play here on the Morning Steam Show. First half under, both, combined here right now. See if I got that price here, that line. It is currently, 103. 103. I'm going under first half. Cleveland and Detroit. I think that's going to do it here for you guys. Let's see here. It's Sniz. He's a Cavs correspondent. They got to clean up those turnovers. And he can't bet them right now. Even our representative from the land is feeling a little bit tough to do it here on the road with these guys right now. All right. That's the only game in the NBA on Wednesday here. That's all right. And the Knicks just waiting and enjoying. Sometimes it hurts. You don't have too much rest, but I don't know with the Knicks. I don't think that's the deal. All right. That is that. One game in the NHL, apparently, so they tell me. All right, it's going to be the Wild taking on the Avalanche here in this one with, is it Gus or is it not? I think that is the question right now. I'm just writing down here because some sites are starting to point to Wallstedt a little bit here, but I don't think it's been announced here officially or anything. But a couple of the sites are saying Wallstedt. I don't know. I mean, possible elimination game here, obviously at 3-1 here, and a $2 favorite for Colorado in this one. So we'll see, but it looks like Blackwood for sure for the Avalanche. So I'm just writing down here because I'm seeing some of the sites showing that maybe the wall of Wallstedt will be in there, but I thought it would be Gus here right now. And get to your picks here in just a moment. Let's preview the action here a little bit today in this one with Minnesota and Colorado. And look, been a rough series here a little bit now for Minnesota, especially at the end of that game when it just got, when the Colorado. Now I was on Colorado in the last game, so here they are now, obviously in position to get it done and wrap it up here if they can go at home where they've been hot here, winning 5 straight overall. Also, Colorado comes in having won 10 of their last 11 games here as well. Minnesota's lost 4 of their last 5 games against Colorado coming in. We've seen a lot of overs in this series with these teams, but I don't know if that's going to necessarily be the case here in this one. Colorado, now look at the trends. I'm sure Razor, I'm not looking at the chat yet, but Minnesota 8-2 to the over in the playoffs so far, 5-0 to the over on the road. 4 of the last 5 between these two teams here in Colorado have gone over. Colorado's gone over in 5 of their last 6, and 4 of the last 6 meetings overall have gone over. That almost seems like a little bit of an under. Now, here's the thing. Colorado has gone 3-1 to the over on the road, and they are 2 over and 2 under at home. But so far in the series, things really haven't calmed down too much with 3 overs and 1 under. In fact, all the Colorado wins have gone over, and the Minnesota win in Minnesota 5-1 did stay under. So let's see if that sways anything for you here in this one. Blackwood 23-10-2 with 2.5 goals against and a 90.5% save percentage here. So let's hear from you maybe in the chat if you want to get your pick in here with this one. Colorado and Minnesota here today. I want to hear from you in the chat. And here we go. I see the comments coming in. Nuke is going to start us off. He likes the Avs on the puck line here. You got to, I'm trying to root for more games, but Irish Kings got Colorado as part of his SGP here with something. And Kane says Colorado on the money line. Irish King says he had that Vegas same game parlay last night. Montreal could not get it done. Avs and under for Pops today. He does like the Avs to get it done here. I can't disagree with this right here, Pops. Kane says Wild can't hang. Oh, man, this poor Wild. It's a good team. You're just up against a team that's really, really strong. It seems like in the end, it does seem like, Colorado and Carolina are definitely, two teams here that are kind of, ending up here as the top teams overall. So I think we're going to have a rain delay, unfortunately, here, but Rude is all over catching off here. So it looks like we'll get one winner here. That was our free play today. I want to say it's not, it's only the first set, and Kachanov actually won his first game here, but it's going to be a rain delay right now at the Italian Open. Razor said the total's gone over when 24 of 31 on the road for Minnesota, and look at this, also 5 of the last 7 on the road here. When playing in this venue with Colorado. Robert likes the Avs on the puck line. Irish King likes it 5-2 again, right? Look, the score of the game so far, we did have 5-2 twice so far for Colorado winning at home. The other one was a big 9-6 game, remember? And Minnesota kind of figured out, well, we can't do that. Minnesota need to bottle up that whatever they did in Game 3, and they couldn't do it in Game 4. Colorado just wild here. AOD's here. He's ready for the big game tonight. He said this is the night. Nuke says, like this video and subscribe to our channel, the new Sports Money Network, the 16,000 subscriber powerhouse. Gone wild. Girls gone wild. Trevor Davis. Hello to Trevor. Thank you for your support as always. And that might be it. I'll give you guys one more moment, but I got to make my call here in this one between Minnesota and Colorado, and I'm going to take the Wild team total under here in this one. I'm going to say the Wild has a rough time tonight. Give me the Wild team total under here in this one at let's see here. I think let's try to get that price out. All right, there we go. Yeah, give me the Wild team total under 2.5 at -125. All right. Just fewer games today, so we're going to have a few derivatives here down the stretch when we get down to one game here a little bit. So hopefully that's okay with everybody, and you can figure out what I'm doing there, I think. And Erikssonek is still questionable. Brodin also questionable for Minnesota. Malinsky, he's questionable here for Colorado, and so is Lehkonen today. So, all right, does that do it for everybody? We got a few more here. Let's go. Of course, Steve G, he's got that Nordique logo there. And I always get it looks almost like Colorado's, but we know. All right, Avs puck line for Sniz in there. Okay. I guess that's it for our playoff sports today. It's time for the major leagues. All right. Hey, before we get to that, everyone, hey, you can get going here on this week's UFC coverage from Las Vegas. With VB MMA Picks, the show this week. we did have it yesterday with Mr. Blonde. He was our special guest. We were trying to get Mikey, but I couldn't quite pin him down. But this Saturday night, UFC Fight Night, Allen versus Costa, top 12 featherweights come in this week. Allen from England, 11-3, lost 3 of 4 last year, but he's always kind of wrestled up, if you know what I mean. He's always faced tougher. Now he's facing lower in Mel Costa. Costa's 7-2, including 6 straight wins here in the featherweight division. This is his first main event after he's won 6 straight now, including a round 1 KO win over Ige back in February. As a 225 favorite, he earned the performance bonus in that one. So you got Allen coming in off of a win over Gene Silva last January, and Costa here, good fight on Saturday night. We have the preview with BB MMA Picks. Go to the live tab. We have the show here on tape delay after the coverage last night, so you can get started here. We also previewed some other good close to the main event, all main card fights this week. We previewed Kwamba and Sopaj. Kwamba from here at Las Vegas, Desert Oasis High. And also we previewed welterweights. It was Verechenikov and Chaos Williams, whose career is in chaos if he loses again. So join BB and Mr. Blonde and I for BB MMA Picks. Okay, let's get rolling here right now and get to the Major League card. Now, there are 2 day games. Hopefully, I won't screw this up because the Yankee game was moved to a morning game here, or afternoon game, morning for me. But let's get started here in this one and make sure I pick the right game, because I think the Yankee game is actually first on the menu. So let me bring it up. All right, this game was moved to avoid inclement weather tonight here in Baltimore. So this one is moved to a 1:05 Eastern start with the Yankees and Max Fried on the road here. Fried, 2.91 ERA and a 4-2 record. Fried comes in with a 0.95 whip. Up here against Kyle Bradish, 4.28 ERA, but a 1-5 record so far for Bradish. Hasn't been too smooth here for Bradish coming into this one. But nonetheless, we did go back to the Yankees yesterday after we had the Orioles the first day. So, yeah, I'm seeing this series pretty good here. So far, Yankees did smash them, as we said, 6-2. In fact, all the scoring came. Yankees winning 6-0, and the Orioles got 2 runs, and that was pretty much it. Max Fried's been dominant this season with a sub-3 ERA and a whip under 1. Elite contact, hard contact number, meaning not much hard contact. Baltimore continues to struggle against left-handed pitching, and this is no ordinary left-hander. Baltimore batting just 179 against southpaws this season. Bradish's command issues and elevated walk rate are going to create traffic problems, I would think, here in this one. Yankees are hitting pretty well with strong slugging numbers, especially against division opponents so far this season. I think that's been a little bit better for them. Baltimore has stayed under in 5 straight overall. Fried's road ERA is below 2. Both bullpens have been pretty reliable here as well. I think they can kind of protect a little bit here once they get into the later innings. I mean, I figure Fried can deal a little bit here for sure, right, in this one. The Yankees have gone under in 7 straight on the road. Baltimore has stayed under in 5 straight overall right now. So, all right, let's see what you guys have in this one between the O's and the Yankees here. Baltimore just 6-13 as an underdog. Yankees come in here 6-16 to the under on the road. Now Baltimore is 13-6 to the over as a dog, usually because they're getting pummeled. So let's see what you have though here in this one. And oh man, looks like the cricket match has been delayed too today. The big match in the Indian Premier League today. All right, let's go to the comments here right now. And man, are the comments broken here? Did everybody sign out? I'll just have to make the pick. Nobody said anything in this one. What's going on here? All right, there's Ron Borkwin. He's coming through with coming through for us here. He likes the under. Maybe I talk somebody into it. Their Baltimore's gone under a little bit here of late. Like I said, they're mostly an over team because they usually just give up way too many runs. And the total here, there's Robert. He likes the over though. However, that 8.5 right now. All right, I think Freed's going to probably come out here and dominate in this game. It just seems like this Orioles batting against the left-handed pitching has not been good. There's no doubt about that. So maybe some discrepancy there in the chat with the total. So maybe I'll just go over the first 5 here right now. Yankees, I think, can get this one done. They're laying a little bit of a number here, obviously, with that first 5 at -0.5, -125. But I really like Freed in this position. So I'm going to take the Yankees here, first 5, run line here, -0.5, -$1.25 today. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to start doing that a little bit more now here, I think, on the new Sports Money Network. We got Mike and Sharky with some great picks, and I've been watching their show, and I just don't want to, step on them a little bit here. I mean, hey, their show is all about their great picks. We know that, so might deal some derivatives here a little bit on the morning show. They're mostly going, straight sides and totals. They're mixing it up a little bit, so I might throw in a few derivatives instead here so that it doesn't matter. But all right, let's see here. Terrell says the Yankees will get the over by themselves. And just like the other day, and Fleece says, am I up from my nap? Yeah, you know what? I did maybe take a little bit of a nap here mostly because that tennis match was, I've started watching it was such a wipeout. I took an hour nap before the show, I got to admit. Okay, let's move on to another day game here. And we've got the Angels taking on the Guardians here with Reed Detmers going up against Parker Messick. Messick looks like the real deal out here right now. The left-hander, 2.29 ERA and a 4-1 record. Messick with a .98 whip coming in. Detmers, 4.32 ERA and a 1-3 record, but a 1.24 whip, not bad. Detmers still is going to mow a few down here. This is our other morning game here, if you will. In this one with the Guardians taking on the Angels here. So I want to hear from you folks in the chat in this one. Let's see what you guys have here. So get the preview going here. I mean, Cleveland, they talk about hitting against left-handers. Cleveland does that. 268 with a 360 on base percentage against lefties. Messick looks like a breakout arm here this season. Strong strikeout numbers, good command. Detmers, like I said, he'll get the strikeouts, but the Angels' bullpen on the road has been a disaster with an ERA north of 6 and a whip over 1.7. And that will increase the Guardians' late game edge here, I do believe, in this one. Of course it will. The Angels here, it's been a long road trip, right? They had the wraparound here this weekend, and it's resulted here so far in a couple of losses by a combined score of 10-4. They did stay within a run there yesterday, but we took them on the money line yesterday in that game. So Detmers can be volatile in daytime. His daytime stats are a little bit worse than his regular stats. The Angels bullpen creates over potential almost by themselves. Cleveland, good offense against the lefties. They might be able to pummel these guys. Look at the total here is low because, Messick has been pardon me, pretty sharp here. No doubt about it. But If you can just get a little bit of run production here from the Angels in this one, I'm probably got to go over. I mean, I know this one looks like a Ramon under here, and it maybe is because a lot of times you get two left-handers in a situation like this, and I don't know. It's almost sometimes an auto under. Angels are 8-17 on the road coming in. Cleveland 12-9 at home. Angels also have gone under in 7 of their last 10. Cleveland's 9-12 to the under at home, although the Angels are 14-11 to the over on the road. Let's go to the chat all-stars here in this one with the Angels. Here we got Judge for a home run, and that other game says Kane. And Chisholm to get a home run as well. Guardians first 5. Says Cash Kane. And take the Guardians here, says Pops. All right. I'm going to take the over, actually, as my play in this one. Usually if I see a 7 in a game like this, 2 left-handers on getaway day, they move the game to daytime as well. That might be the nail, but I'm going to go over in this one. Might be against my better judgment, actually. Sniz says the Yankees team total over 4.5. Guardians lay it, says Sniz. Terrell says Cleveland running line. Messick goes through that struggling lineup and runs support to boot, maybe to be 7-2. That would take it well over, so I'll trust Terrell there. That's a look at the 2-day games here. Just 2-day games on this Wednesday. Some of the series will start on Tuesday this week, so have more day action here tomorrow on an abbreviated card. All right, continue on now. Let's go to the night games here with the Nationals taking on the Reds. You got Jake Urban. He of the 5.22 ERA. Lodolo, though, 6.75 ERA, but I'm not going to sweat it. I think Lodolo will be fine here. His whip is 1.13 after that start. Urban here, though, has a whip of 1.36. I guess he hasn't been awful here. And I don't know, this Washington team is so peculiar with all these road wins, and they can't win at home. Washington comes in 14-9 on the road this year. Cincinnati's lost 8 of their last 10 games coming into this one. You see the total here at 9/20, and you'd think, yeah, maybe so, with these two in their elevated ERAs coming in. But Lodolo might be risky for some because of this limited sample size so far, but Cincinnati still probably the stronger lineup here between these two against Urban, who does give up the long ball a little bit, and we are in the small park after all. We saw yesterday the 10-4 score with Washington hitting all those home runs. So the Reds could generate enough offense themselves, I think, to maybe boost this one pretty high. But can they win, and can they be of any value to anyone at minus $1.60 here when Washington seems to play a little bit better on the road? So I don't know. I don't think anybody's I don't think you can be too interested in Cincinnati here. They're only, they're 22-20, and Washington's 20-22. So $1.60. I mean, I like Lodolo, and I think he will improve, but I don't know what I can say about Urban is he's been out there all season at least here chucking. This one, maybe the weather here. Let me see what's going on. I think they talked about a little bit of weather issues with the game here in this one. I think the wind, they said, is blowing straight out to center field today or tonight for this one. Let me peek at it here and get the AccuWeather tonight, because both teams are hitting well and the bullpens are struggling badly. 13 to 14 miles an hour, temperatures in the mid to low 60s here, even dipping below. It's a great hitting matchup for the Reds in this game, man, up and down the lineup against Urban here. But Lodolo doesn't have it that great either in this one. So, all right, let's see what you got here. I'm going to go over in this one. I'm going to go over in the first 5 here with the Reds and the Nationals with Urban and Lodolo. Give me first 5 over in this one at 4.5 minus 130. All right, and let's see what the chat has to say here right now. Andrew, he took Cleveland and under in that other game here. I hope I'm not going too fast right now. Looks like we're still got some of the other picks here. Yankees run line, Guardians run line. Pops is on the Nats here. Thank you to Ron. Great to see you today. Cash Kane is on the Reds on the money line here. And Sniz loves the over in this one. I got to think it is. And let's see here. Andrew says he's got the over again, just like yesterday. Robert's on the over here, and Robert also says take the Reds in this one. Rockies and Pirates coming in here in Pittsburgh. You've got Jose Quintana with a 3.9 ERA, 1-2 record coming in. Quintana, 1.33 the whip. Colorado has dropped 3 straight right now. Pirates with Mitch Keller, 2.87 ERA, 4-1 record, and a 104 whip. Keller's been good, no doubt about it. Keller's been hot. You think, Skeens has been good. Keller has almost been Skeens-like this season. And, man, the Rockies here. Now, give them a little bit of credit. The Rockies have peeked through and won a couple of games last week, but dropped the first one here to Pittsburgh 3-1 yesterday for the 3rd straight loss. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, was off of a series loss to San Francisco before they got the win here in this one. Colorado here, 8-15 on the road so far this season. Pittsburgh is 15-8 as a favorite. Pittsburgh is also 13-8 to the over at home this season, although Colorado is 10-13 to the under on the road. Mitch Keller here, Pittsburgh has dominated Colorado at home, winning 6 straight meetings, I believe, between the two teams here at PNC. The Rockies continue to struggle away from Coors, no matter how you look at it. Even Pittsburgh's bullpen has shown some cracks here recently, so maybe we could see some runs in this one. I mean, the matchup still favors the Pirates here big time, $1.80 favorite or so, maybe even higher now. Here, mostly $1.80, I'd say. Colorado road games continue producing offense because of their poor bullpen at this point. And Pittsburgh's bullpen struggles recently maybe only help it here, but I don't know. I think Keller's going to deal in this one. His numbers are so strong. I think he's going to come out to a hot start here in this one. And I'm going to take another under here, first 5 in this one. I'm going to take the under with Colorado and Pittsburgh. I've got to just tune this up a little bit. I'm like everybody else. I wanted to kind of deny myself some of the bullpen antics. I am a hard studier of bullpens and trying to figure out, who's going to be available and stuff. But I'm going to just have to shore it up here a little bit and start with some of these derivatives. I want to deal some winners on the show. So I'm going to go first 5 under here in this one with the Rockies and the Pirates. Give me the first 5 under in this one at 4.5 at even money. Get your plays here ready in the chat, and let's see what you have with the Rockies and the Pirates here today. All right, here we go. It's Cash Kane on the Rockies here, plus 2.5. How about that today? Also here, Pop says go over in this one. And Sniz, all right, nice to see you guys here. I don't know what's going on. Make sure you're taking care of it for me with the old wrench there. I don't see anything, so I'm just trying to do my show. It's getting steamy in here. All right, let's keep it moving here right now and get going here with our next one with the Phillies here taking on the Red Sox. Got Andrew Painter here going up against Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray here, $1.25, 9 under 15 in this one with Andrew Painter here. Look, the rookie's kind of here a little bit. I definitely like his prospects here long term. right now, a tough 6.89 ERA coming into this one, 1-4 record here for Painter, a 1.71 WHIP. 30 strikeouts as well. For Gray, 3.53 ERA and a 3-1 record so far. So we know what we get with Sonny Gray. Everybody kind of makes fun of him and the veteran, but still gives you a pretty much a top-notch effort here. Now, the Phillies did get it done yesterday for their third straight win, but you might I can't trust the Red Sox here too great, but the price has gone down here enough where I might consider them. I mean, this one was as high. I saw it as high as $1.40 or so, when we're down here to about $1.25. I'm going to try the Red Sox in this one again. I took it on the chin with them yesterday, but I think you do have a distinct advantage here with Gray over Painter. Maybe long term. I mean, like I said, I like Painter here, but in Philadelphia is hotter. I get that. They've been far more productive offensively, especially against right-handed pitching, than Boston has right now. But Painter is volatile, and the Phillies bullpen, it's in pretty good form. I can't bag on them here. I'm going to try to beat Painter, I think, actually. Boston does continue to struggle at home right now with a weak home record so far. The Red Sox currently 7-13 at home this season, and Philadelphia is 2-8 as an underdog. They definitely are an underdog here. Boston's 5-14 to the under at home, and Philadelphia is 3-6 to the under as a dog. So I'm going to go ahead and try Boston again here in this one with Sonny Gray. Better show up, Sonny, and hopefully we can get some offense out of this Red Sox team. I feel maybe the chat's going to be on the Phillies. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Painter looked good early, but he's really kind of blown up here, right? I think of late. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see here. Kane says Red Sox here, Redbirds here, Redbeards here today. Redbird. Redbird. You know what a Redbird is? Does anybody know what a Redbird? That's what you want as a poker dealer. You want those Redbirds, man. Tip me the fives, all right? All right, let's see here. Robert says take the Red Sox on the money line. Pop says the Red Sox are going to smash here right now. Nine Legacy says Red Sox on the run line. Andrew K is on the under here. And Kane says he likes the Red Sox on the run line, and Painter been giving it up. Okay, at least Kane's here with me. Nine Legacy, Pops. Okay, they're all on the Red Sox, so I feel a little bit better about that one because there's no doubt they're having some issues here. Going to need Sonny Gray to come through with something anyway, it looks like today. Oh, my. Here come the Rays and Griffin Jacks against the Jays and Dylan Cease. Now, Tampa's won 3 in a row, but they're running into a stopper here in Cease. The line's wrong here, by the way. We put the right line in. That would help. Otherwise, we'd be all over this one, right? Here we go. Cease is about $1.60, $1.65. I just type over the pitchers on the, when you're in the middle of the series, and then this one I just forgot. All right, call it $1. I'm going to call it $1.50 right now, actually. Maybe it's a little bit of a discount on Dylan Cease at this point. But let's see how you've got it here. Griffin Jacks has a 5.0 ERA and a 1-2 record coming in. 5.0, 1.44 WHIP coming in. Dylan Cease, 2.58 ERA, 3-1 record, and a 1.24 WHIP coming into this one. Man, the Jays could use a win. We know that. And the Rays just keep on winning. So see what you got here with this one. Cease has been outstanding. Tampa continues to win games. Mason, great starting pitching consistency, terrific bullpen, clutch hitting. That's a great formula. The Rays are 17-11 against right-handers and continue to have quality at bats late in games when the pressure's on, just like yesterday. Toronto's been struggling against right-handed pitching. I think they know that. Uh, Jays winners of three straight in here after they won that Boston series and have taken the first two here. Meanwhile, Toronto, remember, they did win the series against the Halos, uh, but ended up here losing the first two games in this one. Toronto's lost 7 of their last 10. Tampa's won 9 of 10, 14-9 on the road for Tampa, 12-7 as an underdog as well. So I don't know. Even with Tampa's success here, can Jax come in here and deal in this one when this, maybe for once the Rays are overmatched, or will they just find a way again with these two here? So let's see what you got in this one. I mean, it's almost like, could we really take the Rays again here? The price is so out of control right now. I mean, it has moved on the Rays, in my opinion, as high as $1.65 or so, and it's down here now to $1.55. So maybe a 10-cent move anyway, but it doesn't matter who the Rays are throwing out there now. Griffin Jax does have that elevated ERA a little bit, but man, it's hard to go against these guys right now. They just keep finding ways to win. Let's see if the chat they want to do with this one. All right, like it, share it, smash it, says Lucky Power. Trevor says take Billy on the money line, but 9 legacies on the Jays on the run line. Cash Kane says Rays on the run line. Pops is on the Rays. Kane's going to go over in this one instead. Rays are just an auto play anytime right now, even from our Toronto correspondent, Nuke Worker. Blue Jays can put up a number today on these guys finally. Remember what Nuke says. You do the math when it comes to Vladdy. Cash Kane says the Jays are hitting. Robert says Jays versus 5. Ooh, I like that one, Robert. Maybe that's what I should do here, but I think I'll just take the Rays in this one. The run line isn't awful here with these guys today at a minus $1.70. Not quite something I want to get into on the show here, but just going to take the Rays again in this one. I can't get off them at this point, even against Dylan Cease. I'm going to try the Jays. The Rays. You can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay. I'm going to go with the Rays on the run line. On the money line. Money line. Can't take a run line on this show. All right, great job in the chat here. Let's move on. More baseball action with the Tigers here taking on the Mets. Mets got the best of them yesterday. Today, Christian Scott, my man, 3.27 ERA goes for the Mets. Framber Valdez goes here. He's back for the Tigers here. 4.56 ERA. 2-2 record coming in, 1.41 whip. We saw yesterday the Tigers kind of have trouble there against the Mets, and of course their pitching yesterday. And I did say, man, you'd think that you could see the Mets, and if the Mets go into the tank here a little bit and don't get anything going by halfway through the season, then maybe the Mets could end up with the Tigers could end up with some of the Mets pitching like a Freddie Peralta. If Peralta could end up on the Tigers. Well, look, Framber here is back from his hiatus, if you will. And then also they did say that Tariq Skubal, his elbow procedure is almost like going through a drive-through coffee shop or something. Just stick your arm in the window. They take all those bone chips out. Yeah, left arm. Take out those bone spurs or whatever it is. And, hey, I'll pitch this weekend. It's not even something where you need to rehab it. It's not like a surgery where they open up your elbow with the, you see the pictures, right, with that right there, but here it's more of a probe that goes in just like an arthroscopic surgery where you're almost back and ready to go, and they just go in and kind of suck it out. So that's kind of what they have here, I believe, with Skubal, and he'll be able to return much faster than anticipated. And this is a new procedure that we're seeing, so more and more pitchers may have this done in the future. Maybe even preventive maintenance on pitcher elbows. Man, it just seems poor pitchers. So let's see how you have this one with Christian Scott at home here. My man going up against the Tigers and Valdez here. We write him in there anyway. And we'll go to the chat as well here and look at this one. The total here is now dipping lower, I believe, to 8, maybe 8 under 15, 8 under. I got to fix that. There's definitely been a move here to the under in this one. I'm showing 8, mostly 8s here right now. So maybe even 8 under. There's been a pretty big move to the under, it feels like, here in this game. So let's see what you guys think of this one. The Mets have one of the weakest teams right now against weakest lineups against left-handed pitching, that's for sure. They're batting under 190 with pretty much no power whatsoever against left-handers. And with Bramber's ground ball rate, he should easily neutralize New York, I would think, here in this one. And Detroit, they have the bullpen edge too, I think, here when it gets to the pens here. And this may be a pretty solid under tonight. I'm thinking both teams are trending heavily to the under here recently. You've got Mets here under an 8 of their last 10 games right now coming into this one. So you got Bramber in there dealing with this Mets lineup. Christian Scott, look, he is promising here. I think people know that he does have a good prospectus, if you will, moving forward. But I got to take the Tigers here in this one. Give me the Tigers on the road over these struggling Mets. Now, there's no doubt the Tigers have a bad record on the road, no doubt about it. 7-17 right now, but the Mets are 7-12 at home. So what are you going to do? I'll take Valdez here, and the Mets can't hit left-handers. Really bad. I mean, one of the you talk about teams, right? Hitting lefties, hitting righties. I mean, Cash Game likes him on the run line. He'll reverse it. Good morning to Jermaine in the chat. Jermaine says Cleveland 3 covers since the All-Star break. Mets are a terrible team and franchise, says Jermaine. We're just doing one game, not the whole outlook of the franchise. Jermaine likes the Rays on the run line. Tigers money line for legacy. He said he had the Mets yesterday. Go with the Tigers today. And Jermaine says, yeah, I bet the Mets can't score. Detroit can't score on the road. Maybe we should take the under. Jermaine says, give me the under first 5 and full game. And this one probably should do that. All right. Let's keep it moving here right now at the morning steam. And we got a good one here with the Cubs on the road, taking on the Braves. Shoto Imanaga, 2.28 ERA, 4-2 record, 0.93 whip for Imanaga. J.R. Ritchie, 3.63 ERA, 1-0 record, and a 1.5 whip. You got to like what you see so far from Ritchie here. And man, they just keep lining up the Braves as a home underdog against this Cubs team that basically has scored 2 runs this week. I don't know how you can do that right now. I mean, there's definitely some struggle bus here for the Cubs in this offense here. The last 3 games, they're on a 3-game losing streak. The Braves are on a 3-game winning streak. They, of course, took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. Remember, won back-to-back 7-2 games, and they just beat the Cubs 5-2. Man, the Braves are playing well, aren't they? Cubs here, meanwhile, lost 3 straight. They lost that series to Texas with 2 straight losses, and then lost the opener here. So see what you have tonight with the Cubs favored again. Look, their Cubs are having a great season, not making fun of it at all. I mean, they're 20-7 as a favorite. They get it done when they're supposed to, but they are 9-10 on the road. Braves are 13-6 at home. here. I mean, as an underdog, you got to think the Braves here possibly, right, in this one. But maybe Imanaga can deal here. I mean, his numbers are really good. Richie's numbers look good too, and the Cubs aren't really scoring. So maybe the total is the way to go in this one. Let's see what you have. Atlanta's crushed left-handed pitching this season. 281 at home with a good slugging, but Imanaga far above average. So maybe that neutrals things out a little bit, right? The Cubs offense seems to have cooled significantly over the last week. Imanaga remains dangerous, but the Braves bullpen has been in better current form, I think, right now. So both teams are capable of shortening this game up a little bit out of the pen late. And the recent meetings, I think, between these teams have been lower scoring despite the good offense. The Braves are 5-12 to the under at home and 3-8 to the under as a dog. Meanwhile, the Cubs were hot, but they're now 3-7 to the under in their last 10. Let's go to the chat first before I make a call here. All right, let's see here. Ixnaz says, let's see. No, Kane says, Cubs money line and under first 5. Also, Trevor says, Cubs on the money line. And Nine Legacy says Atlanta money line. And I think that's it for the play on this one. Hey, I'm going to come in here, I think, with the Cubs and the Braves and go under in the first 5 here with the Cubs and the Braves. Let me go under with these two starters today at 4.5 in this one. All right. Robert, though, liking the over here in this one. Let's move on here now. And got the Padres on the road here taking on the Brewers. Michael King goes here for the Padres. And I don't think it's Schultz here, is it right now? Or it's Mizorowski. I'm on the right. I don't know how I put the White Sox starter in there. There we go. The Miz is favored. I know that. And I don't know. I mean, look, Mizorowski's, we love this guy, but probably going to throw his arm off after a while with all these fastballs anyway. Still, he's been terrific. $1.50 favorite or so here in this one. Total 7/15. But, Michael King's been very, very sharp, too. He's more experienced than Mizorowski here. Brewers are hot. They're on a big winning streak right now. The Miz has a 2.46 ERA, 0.95 whip, already 70 Ks. For Michael King, 2.76 ERA, 105 whip, 45 strikeouts. For King, I think he matches up just fine in this game against the Miz, if you know what I mean. This one's probably going to be a pretty good deal between these two, I would think, in this one. I think we get a masterful pitcher's duel probably between these two right now. Padres come in here 11-7 on the road. The Brewers have won 8 of their last 10. They're 14-8 at home coming in right now. King continues to deal like a true ace. The strikeout numbers are elite. Excellent recent form for sure. The Padres have been a profitable road team. We know Mizorowski's been good, but this is a tight matchup, man, with a little bit too much juice, if you will, on the Brewers, I think, at $1.45 or so. I mean, they've been great. Padres, they've had some, not perfect right now, but just as fine record-wise. Padres are 24-17, Milwaukee 23-16. Coming in, both starters are in such good form, and the bullpens are very reliable here as well. I'm going to take the under in the first 5 between the Padres. I'm taking all first 5s in these National League games here today. I might be honest. If I find a little something here, hey, it's not out of the question that I won't go back to it. So let me go with the first 5 here. It is 4 at minus 130. So let me go under the 4 at minus 130 with the Padres and the Brewers, King and Mizorowski. And let's see what you guys have in the chat here with this one. All right, here we go. It's going to be Redbeard's going with the Cubs. Lucky Powers on the Cubs. Cash Cane's on the under here in this one. And I guess Brewers Cubs 2-teamer for Redbeard. Robert likes the over in the King Mizorowski game today. All right, next up we've got the Royals on the road here with Seth Lugo. 3.21 ERA for Lugo, 1-2 record, but a 1.36 whip. Good, fine numbers for Lugo. Maybe expecting a little more. For Noah Schultz, 4.68 ERA, 2-2 record. Hey, the White Sox have won 3 in a row, including yesterday's game. We had them 6-5. White Sox were able to do that win with a run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Remember, they won the Seattle series as well. White Sox looking okay here right now. And, hey, they're a little bit of a dog here in this one. Come on. Lugo's pretty good, but I kind of like what I'm seeing from these White Sox right now. Still kind of a close, even game. That might be enough for some people to still take the Royals because they might not believe in these Sox. But the Sox are 20-21. The Royals are 19-23. So Royals on the road have not been good. They're 6-13. These American League Central teams on the road just probably not that great right now. White Sox here 10-9 at home. They're just an average club, but compared to what we've seen in the last few years of the White Sox, not bad. And they've got probably a little bit of a disadvantage here in the pitching department in this one, but let's see what you have here. Kansas City has struggled badly against left-handed pitching this season. Noah Schultz does have a strikeout upside, so I think that does give Chicago another big chance here in this one. The Royals' bullpen's also been pretty poor on the road, and the White Sox, like I said, pretty decent in the split, more so. Kansas City not so not so good in the split. And both offenses have been down, that's for sure. This matchup probably trends to the under. You got Kansas City 5-14 to the under on the road. This is an American League Central game after all, so you know what I'm doing. Give me the under in this one between Kansas City and the White Sox. I know it was 11 runs yesterday there, and they also met earlier this season in a 4-game series back in April, where the first 3 games of the series were 2-0, and then they had a 6-5 game. So actually, the last 2 games of this series has gone 6-5. Well, one was in April, but before that, it was 2-0, 2-0, and 2-0. So I'm not saying this is 2-0, but I'm going to say it's not 6-5. Give me the under in this one. All right, Kane says Royals on the run line here. And Kane says, Hugo Lugo. Robert's on the Royals. Jermaine says, Sox and Kansas City. White Sox, Kansas City 2-8 versus. Oh, I think he's saying Kansas City, just like I said, right? Kansas City struggles against left-handers. Yeah. Okay, got it. All right, yeah, give me the under in this one. Royals and White Sox tonight. All right, here we go. Next up, you got the Marlins taking on the Twins here. Max Meyer goes for Miami. Meyer's been mired. No, he hasn't. 2.79 ERA, 2-0 record for Meyer. He's looked good. 1.1 whip coming in for Simeon Woods Richardson. 6.92 ERA. He's 0-5. Are there any other 0-5s out there? Now, the Twins have won 3 straight, including yesterday's game over Miami by the score of 3-0. So, so far, so good here, at least this one. Do have a little bit of breaking news here right now coming out of the National Hockey League. The Maple Leafs have fired head coach Craig Berube. Berube here, John Chaika The general manager of the Maple Leafs has said they've parted ways with their head coach. That just in here too. The morning steam. Berube is fired as head coach of the Maple Leafs. Maybe we'll get the if Nuke is in there, any of our Toronto correspondents, the lowdown there on that. All right, let's see what you got here in this one with Twins and the Marlins here with Max Meyer. I mean, we saw Meyer looking good last year. He's clearly the better starter in this game. And Miami's bullpen's been a little bit shaky on the road for sure. The Marlins are kind of struggling away from home against losing teams more so than good teams. They kind of get up for the good teams. Marlins are just 5-11 on the road right now, but they are 15-11 as a favorite, and they are going to be favored here because Woods Richardson has been pretty questionable here so far. But the Twins got the win yesterday. I was on Miami. Yep, I was on Miami in that one. So, but Minnesota's actually produced some solid numbers at home offensively. You might be getting a little bit of value here. Meyer's been good. It's hard to pull the trigger on Richardson, man. But Minnesota's bullpen has been bad. It's been one of the weakest in baseball this season. So I think that one could keep it live for an over here late. I'm going to try the Marlins here and say that Max Meyer could be better than Richardson. I'm going to take the Marlins again. Maybe I didn't learn my lesson yesterday. Give me Miami on the road here. All right, let's see here. Jermaine took the Sox. Kings on the Marlins. Kings on the Twins on the spread. And Jermaine says, been a few series since the Twins have even won a series. Take the Marlins here. And Berube said Berube got blamed because the GM was useless, and the GM was already fired. Thank you, Nuke. McCormick here, he's on the Twins. Thank you, Bobby. Also, he's on the over, and that might be here. And Jermaine said he won't bet Woods Richardson last week, and he's always getting rocked. Never again on the do not bet list there. I'll take the Marlins again. Oh, boy. Next up, the Diamondbacks are on the road, taking on the Rangers with Ryan Nelson, 5.68 ERA, a 1-3 record here for Nelson. He's got a whip of 1.26, so it may not be awful, but for Walker here, Rocker. I was trying to figure out who the hell is Walker. Computer Rocker. Maybe I was doing voice dictation. So, Computer Rocker, 5.01 ERA, 1-4 record, 1.52 the whip coming in. Texas got the win yesterday over the Diamondbacks. Rangers are on a pretty good run right now. They won yesterday's game 7-4 here. I think Rocker's probably in a pretty good position. And Nelson, he's not great, but I don't know. We're still in Texas. Don't remember. And yesterday's game did go over, a rare over here in Texas. Remember, they're 3-16 to the under at home are the Rangers right now, but they are against a team in the Diamondbacks and are 12-7 to the over, although they're 2-7 to the under in their last 9 overall. So, that would just felt like a rarity to have that one game go 11 runs. Right now, this has been such a locked-in under situation. Just feels like that you couldn't catch up if you played it under all season, it feels like. So Texas has the better bullpen, probably by a wide margin. Nelson does have fly ball tendencies, and that can be dangerous, but not so much in this park. Rocker has been better at home than he has been on the road. The Rangers continue to perform well in this price range, even though they're favored. This is kind of their good role this season. They're 9-7 as a favorite here. Also, Arizona 11-16 as an underdog and 8-12 on the road. So I think Rocker might have a decent shot here at a good start in this one. I'm going to take the under in the first 5 here between Arizona and Texas. Maybe I was maybe a little gun shy with that bullpen right now, even though we're in Texas here. But I'm going to take the under here in the first 5 between Arizona and Texas tonight at 4.5 runs. And the comments from the chat, we've got 9 Legacy on the Twins. Also says Rangers on the run line. Roberts on Arizona and the under in this one. Okay, Mariners on the road with Miller going here. So, hey, we get all of a sudden Bryce Miller in this one here returns for his first start. $1.25 favorite over McCullers and the Astros. McCullers a 7.4 ERA and a 2-3 record with a 1.5 WHIP. Astros have lost 4 in a row. The Mariners continue to pummel this team. I guess I didn't learn my lesson. In these trends, I love them, and you have Seattle totally dominating over Houston, a team that they can beat. Houston obviously struggling. Seattle trying to get healthy. I just kept going back to those Houston bats, so time and time again here right now, figuring they're going to get it done here once again, but they never did. And this one against Seattle, against a team that keeps beating them up 10-2 yesterday, I got to go over in this one with the Mariners and the Astros. Give me the over here. I didn't even get into the pitching here with these two, but like I said, Seattle's completely owned this matchup recently. Now they're facing Lance McCullers Jr., who continues to struggle badly with his command, with his letting runners on base here as well. Houston's bullpen remains one of the worst in all of baseball. Seattle's bullpen continues to be one of the league's most reliable. I think Seattle's probably in a decent position here again today, but I'll take the over in this one. I think it depends on Houston's pitching struggles, especially in the bullpen. Seattle does trend under overall, 7-12 to the under on the road, under in 7 of their last 10. But Houston is 15-6 to the over at home and 16-9 to the over as an underdog. So I'm going to say it goes that way after Seattle scored 10 runs. I'll take the over with the Mariners and the Astros here tonight. In the chat, we've got Houston on the money line, and Robert is on Seattle here. All right. Next up, a couple more here, and we're going to be done with the major leagues here. But we do have 4 games in the WNBA to get all excited about. Cardinals, Matthew Liberatore going against the Athletics and JT Ginn. Ginn here with a $1.45 favorite in this one. Yesterday we saw the Cardinals win again, 6-4 on the road here. I did go with the Cardinals yesterday here on the show. Liberatore, 4.07 ERA, 2-1 record, and a 1.43 WHIP for the A's. JT Ginn, 3.6 ERA, 1-1 record, a 1.13 WHIP. Ginn has been pretty decent, actually, but again, just looks like kind of a high line here. The Cardinals are one of the best teams in baseball and one of the best road teams in baseball, 14-7 on the road here so far. Just a good season here for St. Louis. It doesn't feel like it's very fluky. They played well in that series against the Padres, even though they lost the last 2 games. Liberatore still going to give you some good innings in there. Ginn might be a little bit steadier, but his underlying metrics do show regression because he's got hard hit contact in the old StatCast, and also home run issues, period. You are in Oakland here where, I tried to play an under yesterday and it still went to 10 runs, but it did go over. It was kind of a push. So maybe the Oakland offense can generate some runs again. maybe it will be another over here. The A's are 11-5 to the over at home and 6-2 to the over as a favorite. St. Louis has gone under in 6 of their last 8 games overall coming into this one. So let's see how you have it. Oakland home games continue to produce the offense, but even though it didn't go over yesterday, and St. Louis road overs have been cashing here more of late. Let's see what the chat says here. Cash King likes the over. 9 Legacy went with the Astros in that other game. He did go with the Cardinals here. Robert likes the Cardinals as well here in this one. And I kind of want to go over. I want to go over yesterday after flirting with danger there, trying to take an under. So, all right, let me go up the over here in this one between the Cardinals and the A's tonight in Sacramento. All right. And one more here on the Morning Steam Show on the News, Sports Money Network. And what do we got? Going with the Giants and the Giants and the Dodgers, Giants and the Rays with Ray and Ohtani. Now, like I said, the news did come out a short time ago, a couple hours ago now, I think, but that Ohtani will not be hitting tonight when originally he was probably scheduled to hit. But you don't want to mess with this guy's pitching mojo right now. 0.97 ERA and what is he got, a 0.7 whip or something? I don't even know what it is. It's so low. 2-2 record coming in for Robbie Ray, 2.75 ERA and a 3-4 record right now in this one. And Giants are playing well, though. There's no doubt. I mean, they finally have found a little rhythm here with 3 straight victories right now. For San Francisco, consecutive wins over the Dodgers, and they won the series over the Pirates. So this is about as good as they've looked here all season. They're still 18-24 overall for the Dodgers here, 24-18, 13-10 at home. Dodgers are just 8-15 on the run line at home this season. They've been favored in every game this season. So, you really can't trust them here, I don't think, on the run line against this team anyway. I would think we've got probably a 4-3 game written all over this one. I'm going to take the Giants here, I think, on the run line in this one. Robbie Ray's pitched well. Giants are playing about as good as they have. And, well, the most important thing about this one is it's the Giants against the Dodgers. So that's really all that matters sometimes. Give me the Giants here on the run line plus a 1.5 tonight over the mighty guys in blue. Ohtani certainly has been dominant. Elite strikeout numbers. We know that. Giants have struggled on the road, but whenever you put on that Dodger blue uniform, you're going to get a good effort out of the Giants. Robbie Ray does have some fly ball tendencies, but again, Ohtani not hitting tonight. And we'll see once they get in the bullpen, but Ohtani, his starts are just off the hook here pretty much. That's it for baseball. We've got your plays in. Giants for Kane, under for Robert here. Let's get ready to go here. Thanks, Kane. See you later. Some people checking out here. We're getting ready to go to the WNBA for a 4-game card here tonight. Let's take a look at the ladies. And we're going to start it off here with the Storm at the Tempo. I think I had a Ford Tempo at one point in my life. 3-point favorite here for the Tempo. Total 167.5. That shows, yes, Toronto's an expansion team, but Seattle is rated pretty low here right now. But, hey, they did get a road win at Connecticut. Now, Connecticut's pretty bad, too. Toronto lost their first home game of the season, 68-65 against the Washington Mystics. Mystics are a decent team here. I think they're better than maybe people are expecting here right now with this club. But let's see what you folks might want to do here tonight with the Toronto Tempo here against the Seattle Storm, and get you going here with a little WNBA action. 4-game card tonight. All right. Let's see here. Let me get my WNBA notes going here. Uh, So for Toronto here, look, Seattle already has that road win under its belt, and they continue to look like a defensive-oriented team. Although they did go over in both games, but their defense was kind of on point. Toronto did go under in their first game of the season here. I think Toronto, they're a team. You got to build your chemistry up if you're an expansion team here, but nothing like getting a win if they can here. They are favored after all. So it's going to be a pretty exciting atmosphere in Toronto. Again, they seem to be supporting this team for sure. Whether or not they can get margin here against this disciplined Seattle team, I'm not sure. The number says Toronto, but the situation might be take the points against an expansion team. Maybe the total here leans over. Toronto's pace has been pretty aggressive early. They just slowed down late in that first game, I believe. Seattle could score enough to kind of contribute here a little bit in this one. And I don't know, we saw the Portland Fire win yesterday against the New York Liberty in a pretty hard fought game. Felt like that the Liberty, I thought, the Fire are definitely rated as the lowest team in the league. And, the Liberty had a ton of injuries coming in. So I still thought they would be able to get it done. They got it done the earlier game here. So I don't know. To me, the line says what you need to know. And I'm going to take the Toronto tempo here in this one, -3. They're the favorite after all, and I'm going to take them here. Seattle is rated low. They're 2-0 right now, but I'm going to take the tempo in this one. All right, let's see here. Robert's on the tempo. 9 Legacy's on Seattle, and Robert likes the over in this one. Next up, we've got the Aces on the road taking on the Connecticut Sun. Now, the Aces did rock their last game. I went for some reason. I went against them. I thought, oh man, look, Phoenix has got a good team, and now they got to turn around and go play LA on the road. I was making the point here. You look at the odds right now to win the title, just in general, right? I mean, we know that kind of the win odds kind of reflect the power ratings, right? LA is like 16-1 to win the champion. There is no way LA should be 16-1. The Valkyries, I just saw the Valkyries at the Boomers Sportsbook here. This is the one I'm gonna. The Boomers. I was looking at this morning. At the Boomers Sportsbook here right now, the Golden State Valkyries. Let me see what they are here. I'm going to be taking them here. Let me see what the futures are. Golden State, 33-1 on the Golden State Valkyries right here. Are you kidding me? And the LA Sparks are 14-1. Come on. Please. The Spark, I know we're talking Vegas here, but I'm referring it just to the fact that the bad teams here a little bit. I've got the Sparks closer to the bottom than I do the top. But let me talk this game. Anyways, I'm playing the Valkyries to win the WNBA title. I know the Liberty are great. I'm sure here in the West the Aces are great too. But 33-1. This is a very good team, the Valkyries. I'll get to their game in just a moment. I don't know why I want to say it now, other than we're talking about Connecticut and how bad they are here because they're at the bottom of the group right now. I believe Portland moved ahead of Connecticut. Connecticut's 400-1 to win it all. So, but against Aces here, but the Aces look bad in that first game. Now they got to travel on the road here to all the way to the East Coast to take on the Connecticut Sun. Now, I just go back to last year when the Aces were having some problems a little bit early on, winning games, covering games, and things like that. It just felt like, pardon me, just felt like, the Aces were having trouble just getting on track there for most of the season. Finally, when they did, they certainly kind of crushed it there a little bit. So, I'm going to go ahead and try Connecticut here in the first half. They're getting 8.5 points in this one. So, look, I still like the Aces. I don't think Connecticut's actually very good at all. I'm kind of, maybe more down on, I don't know, I guess it can't be more down than last in the ratings here right now. But I'm going to take Connecticut here in the first half in this one at plus 8 points or so. Most books don't have the line out yet, but I'm going to try first half here for the Sun against the Aces here tonight. I'll take them in the first half. All right, Irish King likes the Fever today, and that was it from the chat. And that one's here. Robert likes the Sun as well. Here comes the Sun. Okay, Sky and Valkyries here. Oh man, come on! This is the one I'm talking. Look at this. The Sky is. This is gonna be. I'm not gonna give out the Valkyries here because I need some premiums today, and this one feels like it, man. The Valkyries aren't they gonna smash the Sky here in this one? They're 5.5. Is that all? Aren't they going to win this game by 20 points today? Now, we do have some injury news here in this game. In fact, it's just come out here within the last couple of minutes. For the Sky, Natasha Cloud, she's questionable here all of a sudden with an illness. Also, Maddie Westbeld just ruled out of this game today. So is Courtney Vandersloot, who has been out here, I believe. But you got these three players out here right now. Tiffany Hayes, though, still out for Golden State. Xanda Lassini also out right now. But Cloud, I think that's the big one that she's out here. Man, this is going to be a massacre in this, isn't it? In this one. I'm going to take the over in the first half, I think, with Chicago and Golden State. I think Golden State might run them out of the gym in the first half. Here, maybe that's the direction I should go. Maybe Golden State first half, but I think I already said first half total over. I don't think it's come out in some of the books yet, but it's going to be probably about 85 or so here. So give me first half over with Chicago and Golden State, but I just think Golden State going to have it their way here. Golden State, I think, is one of the best 5 teams in the league, and they're 33-1 here. Some books, I know it is as low as I've seen 20-1, 18-1, but I saw that 33-1 at the Boomers Sportsbook here in Las Vegas. All right, Robert's going to be on the Valkyries. Hey, want to say hello to my money overflowing in the chat in there. Nice to have my money overflowing. I love the James Goldstein. I mean, that is about as good as it gets. I mean, come on. You got my money overflowing, and he's got James Goldstein avatar here. I mean, I love this new commenter here. My money overflowing. If I could live the life of James Goldstein by the time I'm his age, then we've done it right. All right, but we got a long way to go. Let me look at that again. Chris Mack, Rack Attack, also joining us today here in the chat. Valkyrie's double result. Thank you to Chris Mack. Great to have you. First half and full game. Great job, Chris. One more in the W tonight. Jimmy Goldstein. All right, here we go. Flyers and the Sparks here. Just go back to when we go to the Laker games when Jimmy was a little bit younger. All right. Fever here on the road. They're up to 1.5 here maybe right now. There is some news in the injury department here with this one that we just hear. Fegan is going to be out here for the Sparks tonight. But still, the Fever favored on the road here by 1.5 in this one. Look, if the Sparks are so good, then they probably should win this game, right? That would be, my question for it. Now, I would think here the public side is going to be the Fever. And, I think the Fever is supposed to be better. But if LA is going to be good, they better win this one. They're getting 1.5 tonight, total 185 here with these two. Let's preview it maybe here a little bit, see what you uh, think here in this one. Now, the Fevers probably have the higher offensive. Look at this total, 185. Geez, man, that's pretty high. That's pretty high here right now. 185? Are you kidding me? I mean, let me break it down here a little bit with these two, and then we'll see what you got. Both teams lost their first games of the season. LA lost 105, 78 to the Aces, and Indiana lost 107, 104 to Dallas in that wild game there. So, yeah, both teams did go over in their first game. I get that here. I guess a Fever kind of expected to win here, but for a team that is continuing or supposed to be moving up even this year into the standings, the Fever right now, LA here, I just feel like they're kind of overrated overall, but maybe this is the spot for them. Man, this one's got me perplexed. And after winning the first couple of days here, I was hot. I've kind of come back to. Now, I'm supposed to be the WNBA man here, right? So, all right, let's see here. I'm going to just go to the chat in this one late night here, and we've only got we've only got Robert talking about the under here in this. I agree with this. I agree with that. So I'm taking the Sparks tonight here over Indiana. Give me LA plus 1.5. Over the Fever. We'll see if the Fever is an imposter here, possibly. And that's the Morning Steam Show. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here. We've got, don't forget, in just about an hour from now, we've got Mikey Money, Sharky Waters. They've come on here with Bases Loaded, and they'll preview all the baseball games here today. And then you've got, later on, Mikey Money. And we got the horse racing coverage. I mean, we're on the new Sports Money Network. Come on. We got our I don't know what our coverage is like today with the Delaware. I don't know if I heard from the guys here on that. What are we doing? Are we going to get some live coverage? I'd like to see the guys out there with opening day at Delaware so they could wear some nice shirts, but they should wear some shorts. And then in between each race, they should stand there with their drinks and their racing forms. And maybe have I don't know how much you can do legally with, as long as you don't show the race. I think you just stand out there, have the tote board in the background. They come on, they talk about each race, and then they can go up, watch the race. Maybe they can just put something on and then go back and do the next race. Or maybe they could go to the paddock. I think you can show the paddock live, can't you? Come on, guys. You have to come out there and produce the show. Woke is a joke. Hello. He's on Indiana, though. And Razor is covering Delaware Park Live. That's going to be great. I can't wait to see that. Then you got Mikey Money there a little bit later at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific with pre-gaming. And there's Redbeard. Thank you, everybody. Great job. Great show. Catch you here tomorrow with more Morning Steam. I'll be back, preview the short card in baseball tomorrow, but we'll have a good time. Thank you. Let's hear from Mikey Money and talk about Winnable. If you want to get more plays from me here today on Wednesday, then go over to winnable.com/Ramon, and just for 41 cents a day, you can subscribe to some premium picks over there from me. Whoops, there's the draw. Let me run Mikey Money and we'll do the drawing.
Hey, it's your boy Mikey Money here, and letting you know the Sports Money team live over on Winnable, and you can get your favorite cappers' best bets. Come support the squad at Winnable.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
Let Sports Money Network's team of experienced handicappers do the hard work for you, and with the flexible notification options, you'll never miss a play as we drop them.
Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, let's do the drawing here right now. Oop, did I get it? Are we on? Are we on, Mabel? Someone's going to win one free month. If you do win this drawing, just enter the promo code winner at checkout. Go sign up for 1 month, and you're going to get those. I hope Jimmy Goldstein wins. Let's see who's going to get it. It's Chris Mack, Rack Attack. He's going to the rack. It's a rack attack. Thank you, Chris, for stopping by. Go to use the promo code winner over at winnable.com. You get 1 month of my free picks. Make sure you turn off the renewals there. Otherwise, you will get charged there after the first month. But you win 1 free month over there, and it's only 41 cents a day when you subscribe over at winnable.com. If you did not win, you can use the promo code STEAM. I've got more plays yet to come here today. I'm going to have a soccer pack coming. Or I do have a soccer pack already out. 2-pack of soccer games here. We're in that weather delay right now, and don't forget it's Wednesday night, so I think we got a show with Sniz tonight. I don't know if he'll make it back for the golf show. I might need to do the golf show here if these guys win big at Delaware. I mean, should you see these guys, winning big at Delaware, and then you go to a steakhouse at night, enjoy the fruits of your winnings and a couple of libations too. So have a great time to the guys out there at good old Delaware Park today. All right, it's going to do it here for the morning steam. I really appreciate everybody. Great participation from the chat. Be back here tomorrow. Let me see here. I've lost my. There we go. I think we got it. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.